Welcome. It's Pat Haran, and I greet you from my makeshift yoga studio in my home, my back porch. And I hope and pray that everyone watching is well and staying safe and healthy. We're in uncharted territory. And so it's probably more important than ever that we come together, even virtually, on our mats. A few housekeeping items. Since I am not there in person, I can't emphasize enough about honoring your body, about being mindful about your movements and what you're feeling, and not going into any pose that causes any discomfort or pain. Take it slow, rest if you need to rest, breathe, and just be. With that said, let's get started. Realizing that you're home and may not have props, a few suggestions. I have taken a beach towel, rolled it, and created a bolster to sit upon. If you have blocks, of course, use them. I do, but I also brought out a typical shoebox, one of the ones you buy at the store, dollar store, which is sturdy, can take my weight, to hold, to bring the earth to you. Books could work of equal height, and want them kind of thick. I've removed the paper covers so they don't slide. Or just do the best that you can. So I invite you to come and sit in a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged. Root the sit bones, lengthen through the crown of the head. Take a nice big inhale. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Drop them as you exhale. Do that a few more times. Inhale, roll those shoulders, drop them back. Exhale, letting everything go. 2 more times. Big inhale and exhale. And then settle into the mat. And closing the eyes, I invite you to remember all of the times that you have come into the studio, settled into your mat, and breathe. And then allow yourself to come into that space, that place. Close the eyes. Maybe bring hand to heart and belly. Inhale, feeling the body expand. Exhaling, feeling the body empty. Inhale, expand. Exhale, empty. One more time. Inhale, expand. Exhale, empty. And then relax the hands. Either bring them onto the knees, palms down for grounding, palms up to receive. And find your rhythm of breath. Make your inhales slow and steady. Pause at the top of it. Exhale slow and steady, the same length or even longer. As you inhale, inhale kindness and compassion. And as you exhale, exhale out kindness and compassion to the world. In breath, bringing back in that kindness and compassion that the world sent your way. And then again, exhaling and sending it out again to the world, to the universe. Inhale again, receiving. Exhale again, releasing. And this time as you inhale, fill as full as you can Pause. And then as you exhale, not only sending out loving kindness and compassion, but let that tension in the body just melt. And as you connect to the breath, receive these words. Centering. Here, right now. Bring your mind to this place and time. Invite it, even if it resists, to sit and witness what it is to be alive. That there be no ulterior motive in this moment, but to be. Rest on the waves of breath and choose to experience all of it. Let thoughts float through and leave again. As the mind slowly settles like the snow inside a shaken paperweight. This is all there is. Here, right here, right now. Move into Ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, making that ocean sound. On the next in-breath, opening the eyes, take the arms overhead, press palms together. As you exhale, bring those palms into the heart. Let the head drop. Inhale again, reaching long. Exhale, hands to heart. In-breath, reach. Maybe take your gaze up as you press palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Bow the head. Let the head rise. Maybe take a moment, set an intention, or just be present on the mat. In-breath, arms overhead. Let them separate. Reach the right hand down to the mat. Left arm lengthens. Feel the opening on the left side of the body. Big inhale, exhale, bending, rooting those sit bones. Relax the shoulders. In-breath, swoop the fingers and make a circle. Imagine a protective circle around you, your family, loved ones. Breathing, exhaling. One more time around. Reach to the side. Press that right hand into the earth. Rise. Exhale. Left hand down. Lengthen on the right side. Feel the space. Breathe into it. Bend slowly to the left. Deepen the stretch. Relax the shoulders. Big inhale, exhale. Swoop the fingertips. That big, beautiful, protective circle. Surrounding yourself with kindness, compassion, health, and well-being. One last time. Bend deeper. Root into that left hand and rise. Big inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Take a nice big inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Relax the shoulders. Breathe nice deep inhales and exhales. Twisting from mid-back, honoring the body. Go gentle. Big inhale, come back to center. Reset the body. Extend the arms. Twist to the other side. Breathe here. If the mind chatter starts, just allow it, acknowledge it, and then let it float away. Come back to center. Hands on knees, grounding. Big inhale, some torso circles. Lean forward, lean to the right. Hollow out on the exhale, lean to the left and back to center. Root the sit bones, move at your own pace. Feel the stretch. Let the mind settle. Remember that this is your private oasis, your mat, your safe place. One more circle in this direction. And then as you come around and come back to center, pause, big inhale, and go to the other side. Let the breath flow freely. Two more circles in this direction. Make them smaller and smaller, and then find stillness once again. Take a nice big inhale, bring the arms forward and roll onto hands and knees, coming into tabletop. Spread the fingers wide, root the hands into the mat, wrists over shoulder, knees over hips. Engage the core, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Big inhale, drop the belly into cow. Pull that heart forward, curl the tailbone. Pause here for a full round of breath. Inhale and exhale. On the next in-breath, slowly drop head and tailbone round the back. Press away from the mat. Pause here, a full round of breath. And then slowly, mindfully, just float on the in-breath into cow. And then slowly begin to exhale and rise into cat. Moving at your own pace. Being mindful of what the body is telling you. Honoring what you're discovering. Allowing the body to move gently, mindfully. Releasing and opening. Breathing into space. Take a couple more complete rounds of cat-cow. And then come back to neutral tabletop. Take a nice big inhale and gently start to wiggle hips side to side. Come back to center. And come into a table balance. So rooting hands, rooting the cat, the legs into the mat. Pull the navel to spine. Extend the right leg behind you. And then reach the left arm forward. Press away from the mat. Engage the core. Breathe here. If you need to, let that right toes rest on the mat if lifting the leg hip height is too much. One more round of breath. You're doing a great job. Exhale, release hand and knee. Wiggle the hips if you need to. Reset the body. Full round of breath. Opposite leg. Opposite arm. Toes can rest on the mat or extend them hip height. Turn the toes of the extended leg towards the mat. Square the hips. Breathe. Press away. Don't sink into those shoulders. Excellent. And then release. Coming into child's pose. Take the knees wide. Let the big toes touch. Slowly press hips back towards the heels. You can place your blanket or towel between them for a little space for the knees. Extend the arms and then allow the forehead to come to the mat. Or you can stack your arms and rest your forehead on your arms. Breathe into the back body. Feel the back body expand, the ribs expand, and as you exhale, just melt, pour yourself onto the mat. Become childlike. Resist all the thoughts swarming in the mind. Imagine I'm coming and picking them up and throwing them out the door. And so that when you inhale the next time, it's the inhale of a small child, innocent, free, playful. Allow, just for this moment, to become a child. No adult responsibilities, none of these worries. And just breathe. It's the most important thing you can do for yourself right now is breathe and allow the stress and tension to melt away. Just for now. Big in-breath, rise to tabletop. Curl the toes and press into downward dog if in your practice. If downward dog is not in your practice, you always have the alternative of puppy pose by extending the arms, head down, tailbone high. Or curl the toes. Engage the core, lift the knees, press the core towards your ribs, towards the thighs, and then slowly straighten the legs. Coming into downward dog, head gently falls between the arms. Tailbone is high to the sky, pull that navel in. Gently bend one knee, press the opposite heel. Remember, heels do not need to touch. It's walking the dog. Breathe, nice steady breath. Feel the lengthening of the spine, the lengthening of the backs of the legs. 2 more times to walk the dog. And then roll if you can onto the balls of both feet, sit bones high, gaze towards your knees. And then slowly on the exhale, let the heels drop. They don't have to touch. Take a nice big inhale, gaze to the hands, and then even coming onto fingertips or your blocks or whatever you're using as a block, walk those feet to meet the hands. And then bend the knees and allow the ribs and belly to rest on the thighs and the crown of the head to go towards the mat into a forward fold. Make it comfortable for the lower back. Fingertips rest on the mat or blocks. Take a full round of breath here. And then slide the hands up the shins just under the knees. Bring that crown of the head forward, tailbone back into a halfway lift. Feel the length, the stretch, engage the core. Think about that as holding up and supporting the back. And then exhale, soften back into that fold. And then on your next in-breath, drop the chin. Bring hands to thighs, round the back. Shoulder and then head rises. Coming into a standing position, into mountain pose. Bring the palms forward. Take a moment to bring feet hip-width apart. Root in to both feet. Lengthen through the crown of the head so that you're elongating the waistline and you're engaging these lower abs. Take a moment here, feel grounded. Hug the muscles of the legs towards the bones, shoulder blades drop, broaden the collarbone. Just take a moment. Big inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, drop that right hand to right leg, bend to the right. Breathe. Slowly rise. Lengthen, root the feet, soften the knees. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, rise. Palms pressed together, bring the hands to the heart. Take a nice big inhale and exhale here. Taking an in-breath, reach up to the sky. Exhale, come into a fold. Just float, soften or bend the knees. Melt the torso towards the legs, fingertips to the mat. Crown of the head towards the mat. Big inhale and exhale. In-breath, halfway lift. Sit bones reach behind you, tailbone. Crown of the head rather forward, lengthen, feel, and imagine the back as a banquet table. Exhale, soften into that fold. In-breath, rise and reach. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. In-breath. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Soften the knees, come into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In-breath, rise. One more time. Hinge forward into a fold. Halfway lift. Root the hands onto your blocks or your makeshift blocks or hands and step the left foot back. Heel toe the right foot towards the right side of the mat. Hands to hips, slowly rise. Bend that knee. Arms overhead. Warrior one. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Root into both feet firmly. Hug the muscles of the bones into the thighs. Sink a little deeper. Keep that knee right, tracking over the middle toes. Pressing it slightly towards the pinky side of the foot to keep that alignment. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Clasp them or grab forearm to forearm. Big in-breath, exhale, keeping the legs as they are. Hinge forward into humble warrior. Take a full round of breath here. Take a nice deep inhale, rise. Sink into your warrior one. Big in-breath. Exhale, frame that foot. Come on the ball of the back foot. Bring the back foot to meet the front and halfway lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. In-breath, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a round of breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And once again, in-breath, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step the opposite leg back. Right leg. Drop the heel. Heel toe the front foot. Hands to hips. Rise up. Bend that knee. Reach for the sky. Root into that back leg. Root into the front leg. Lengthen. Breathe here. Strong, beautiful, courageous warriors. You've got this. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, releasing the hands, either clasping them behind you or grabbing forearm to forearm. Big inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge from the hips, bow forward. Breathe here. On the in-breath, releasing the hands, beginning to rise back into your warrior one. Exhale, frame the foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Shift the weight into that front leg. Bring that back foot to meet the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In-breath, rise. Hands to heart. Turn to the long side of your mat. Doesn't matter which way you face. Take the legs wide. Curl the toes. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Hinge. Wide leg forward fold. Hands inside the leg, the feet. Crown of the head to the mat. Bend the elbows. Make sure that weight is even in the ball of the foot and the heel. In breath, halfway lift. Come on to fingertips. Root that left hand either on a block or the mat or beyond fingertips. Big inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Open up. Exhale, release the right hand. Inhale, exhale here. Root that right hand and twist to the left. Exhale, release. Bring hands to the ankles, slide them up the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, bring hands onto the mat inside the feet and fold. And then slowly rise. Hands to hips. Heel, toe the feet. Step them together. Come to the front of the mat. Take a moment here. Bring the hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's come into some balance. Now, if you need to be by a wall, go by a wall or a table, whatever it is you need to keep safe. Take the feet hip width apart. Root through the crown of the head. We're going to come into tree pose. So first, just take a moment. Breathe, engage the feet, engage the core. And then start to shift your weight into the left leg. Soften that left knee. And then when you feel grounded here, slowly, mindfully open up that right knee. Bring the toes onto the mat and the heel above the ankle for kickstand. Now you may stay here. This can be your expression. But don't just relax and be limp. Engage. Take arms overhead. Breathe. And eventually bring hands to heart. Other options would be bring that foot up to the calf. If you've been practicing for a while, bring the foot up to the thigh. All are beautiful expressions of tree. Do what's best for your body. When you're ready, release. Take a nice deep inhale, reset the body. And then slowly begin to shift the weight. Engage that core. Soften that right knee. Only open up into your expression when the body is ready. Don't matter what expression you choose. What matters is that you're breathing, you're focused, you're being safe, you're honoring your body, you're practicing yoga. Release. We're going to lower onto our mats. So you can use coming into yogi squat by turning the toes slightly out. Take the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Press the hips back. Ease into it. Drop them. and then release. Or you can just come down onto the mat in any fashion that suits you. Extend your legs and sit tall on those sit bones. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, and then hug your right knee in. Cross it over, wrap the left arm around, extend the right arm to the sky, big inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. Relax the shoulders, breathe. Every in-breath, release slightly and lengthen, and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Breathe here. One more round of breath. Slowly release. Extend that leg. Hug the left leg in. Cross it over. Wrap around. Extend the arm. Twist to the other side. And don't worry if you've got left or rights mixed up. Just do one side and then the other. This is your own private practice. No one is paying attention. Honor and listen to the body. Breathe here. One more round of breath. Slowly release. Extend the legs. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Sit tall. Make sure you have plenty of mat behind you. We're going to lower all the way onto our backs. So you can hold on to shins or thighs or extend the arms. Engage the core. One vertebra at a time. Control. Let that back body melt. Big inhale, sigh out. That exhale, yes. Let everything go. Bring knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. And we're going to set up for bridge. Release both feet. Hip width apart, knees are bent. Palms come down by your side. And mindfully press those shoulder blades into the mat. You want to feel them pressing into the mat, the backs of the arms, the forearms and the palms, and the feet. And then, of course, the skull, the back of the skull. The neck is a natural curve. And then as we begin to inhale and rise, you want the weight to mainly be in the arms and in the shoulders and the feet, not having more weight in the neck or the head. You don't want any weight in the head, in the neck. Big inhale, pressing firmly, lifting the hips, gaze to the sky, press into those shoulders, soften the belly, engage the glutes, squeeze them gently. Rise, big inhale, and exhale. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Lowering down, tailbone last. Feet to the edges of the mat, arms out in a T. Windshield wiper the legs. Bring the feet back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side. If you have a block or your blanket, use that as we come into waterfall. So bring the feet down as if you're coming into bridge pose, and then take your prop. Lift the hips enough to bring your prop under the hips. If you have no prop, then just extend the legs. If you have your prop, rest the hips, find that sweet spot. Bring the palms down by your side and then extend the legs up to the sky. Let the back body melt. Relax the body. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. Beginning to slow down our practice. Beginning to restore natural balance to our nervous system. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales. One more round of breath. And then release one foot to the mat and then the other. Extend the legs and take the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Get as long as you can. Fill the body full of breath. Exhale, sigh it out. And do that 2 more times. Big inhale, reach long through the fingertips, through the heels or the toes, whatever feels good to you. Feel that back body on the mat. Big inhale, exhale, let it all go. One last time. And then prepare. One last stretch. Bring the knees in. Take them wide. Come into happy baby. Reach the arms inside the legs. Grab a hold of ankles or feet. Take the feet up towards the sky. Let the shoulders, the back body, the tailbone rest on the mat. Rock side to side. And then come back to stillness. Release the feet. Hug the knees in. Wrap the arms around the shins. Big inhale. As you exhale, release arms by your side. Extend the legs long. Take them to the edges of the mat and let the legs naturally roll out from the hips. Move the arms away from the torso, palms up. Coming into Savasana. Let everything go. Surrender here. You may be tempted to skip this part, but I suggest strongly that you do not. Instead, take a big inhale. Sigh out the exhale. Allow the body to melt. Back body melts. Smooth the forehead. Release tension in the temples. Unclench the jaw. Let the back body, the upper body of the back, the shoulders melt. Arms heavy on the mat. The lower back supported and melts. Hips are relaxed and the legs naturally roll out. And settle into complete stillness. Let the belly and the chest soften and sink towards the spine. Rest. Stillness. And then invite the mind to settle as well. Imagine that image of our reading and the mind settling like snow inside a shaken paperweight. Just feel the mind quiet, settled, resting. And then with your mind's eye, turn inward and imagine that you're staring into a beautifully still mirrored lake. Peaceful, quiet, beautiful. Allow the mind, the body, and the spirit to connect as one. And as you do, notice this brilliant, brilliant light right in the center of your very being. And it's beautiful. That light is your unique essence of who you are. And you're magnificent. And you're beautiful. And you're strong and courageous. And allow that light to begin to spread and become brighter and more brilliant. And as it spreads, this wave of warmth starts to fill your entire body, spreading from belly to chest to legs, out through the feet and to the arms and up the neck and through the head, out the crown of the head. And at that moment, see that image and feel the body become weightless. And this wave of peace and contentment that is beyond understanding fills you. And you know at that moment that you can rest. So come into a deep, deep rest. I will call you back with the singing bowl. So allow yourself to completely surrender. Take this moment, these moments, this gift to yourself. Tranquil rest. Slowly and gently, with kindness and compassion, begin to awaken the body. Feel the body heavy on the mat. Begin to notice your breath. Gently begin to move fingers and toes as you awaken slowly with kindness and compassion. As the body responds, as the moments feel right, begin to take bigger stretch, bigger movements, deepening the breath as you gently awaken from your rest. And eventually make your way into a full body stretch. And then gently bringing the knees into the chest and giving yourself a nice hug. And when the moment's right, rolling onto one side into a fetal position, symbol of rebirth, new beginnings. Pause here, recall your intention, or take a moment for gratitude. Whatever comes to mind. Take a nice big inhale, and as you begin to exhale, gently press yourself into a seated position at the front of your mat. Soften or close the eyes and bring hands to heart. Take a nice slow inhale and sigh out the exhale. And I invite you to seal our time together with a round of Om. Deep inhale for Om. The light in me loves, honors, and respects the beautiful light that shines in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I apologize if the audio or video is not perfect. This technology and practicing in this manner is new to all of us, so bear with us. I will try to record additional practices and get them out to you as I can. In the meantime, be safe, stay healthy, stay home, and practice kindness and compassion to yourself and loved ones. Until we meet again on the mat, namaste.